Guys, are you seeing the shit that I'm seeing? Are you seeing that not only is the Taliban taking over everything, they've taken over every business there, they've taken over every farm there, they've raised the prices of food to a point where people can't afford to eat, they can't afford to feed their families. People, not only are people scared for their life over there, but people are literally starving at this point because they haven't been able to eat in over a week. They're doing mass shootings in the streets. You're not hearing about any of this shit on the news because the news is not going to put this out because they want you to think everything's cool, everything's copacetic, everything's under control, but it's not. It's completely opposite from that. There are still people in hiding whenever the news is putting out and portraying that everybody's been taken out, everything's good, and there's no more Americans there. Wrong. There's people on the ground sending information back, guys that stayed to try to help people get out of the country. There have been buses. There was a bus of females sent to a border. When it got to the border, they had a higher ranking official, and I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, that was supposed to be able to get them through. Basically, they weren't allowed to get through. They wouldn't let them through the checkpoint. They wouldn't let them through the border. So 10 minutes later, the Taliban had them, a whole bus full of females, and it's likely they're dead now. All because they just wouldn't let them through. If they would have let them through, they would have been out of the country. They would have been okay. This is becoming a big problem. There were at least 2 or 3 borders that they were being able to take people to and get them out, get them into the other country. That way they were safe. Now these borders have been blocked off and they're not allowing them to let people through them. There are a couple of borders left they can go to, but they're further to get to. And who knows when they may close. So things are getting so scarce that it's bad. It's really bad. Not only that, but I'm sure you've seen as well that they have learned how to fly our helicopters. They're flying our military helicopters, and not only are they flying our helicopters, they're hanging people from our helicopters. There's video been sent back of them flying a U.S. military helicopter with a body hanging from it from a rope. I guess just to put more fear in people, to show them what they're doing, what they're capable of, what they aren't bothered by doing, basically. And I just don't get it. We have a president, we have a commander-in-chief, if you want to call him that. I wouldn't call him that. Commander-in-chief is the head of the country. He runs the country. He says what goes, what doesn't go, and that's that. And in times of war, he has to make the hard calls. When this supposed president, supposed commander-in-chief, is sitting back, not doing anything, he's doing press conferences, and when he's asked questions, he's telling people he's not supposed to answer any questions. You're the president. Who's telling you you're not supposed to answer questions? You're supposed to be the boss. That right there shows you that he's a puppet. He's being told what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do. And as I've said before, you can tell when he's up there giving his speeches that he's either reading something or he's trying to remember what it is he's supposed to say. This is not right. This shit is not right. So it's being said now that basically all of our U.S. military and all of our U.S. people that were there on assignment have been removed from Afghanistan and everything's cool. Meanwhile, we have U.S. soldiers and military sending videos, sending information back, and they're still sitting there with groups of people that they're trying to get out. So that right there proves what they're saying to be a lie. You're not going to see this on the news because They want you to think everything is calm and cool and collected. They want to keep the herd doing what it's doing, not scare it, not rile them up when they need to be, because people need to be scared at this point. If your supposed president, if the president of the United States is allowing these things to happen and he's not trying to do anything about it, not trying to do anything to help these people, it's basically like just leave them over there, act like they're not there. Eventually they'll be killed and we won't have to worry about it no more. That's what pretty much what's being said, what's being done. It ain't being said, but it's what's being done. You know what I mean? How is that okay? And how can anybody knowing that be okay with it? And how can they know, how after seeing the decisions he's made right now, how can you trust him to be your president going forward? Because I can't. There's a lot of people who voted Biden, were pro-Biden, were all about Biden, that now have seen what's happened, seen what he's done, or what he's not done, you could really say, and they've changed their mind completely. They're dumbfounded at this, just like pretty much all of us are, because there's really no explaining it. That's the thing. He can't explain it. He's not supposed to explain it. They told him no, you know. So, like I said, it's mind-boggling. I don't even know what else to say about it, but don't listen to the news. Don't watch the news stations. It's made up. It's a storyline they're feeding you to try to make you believe what they want you to believe. Don't listen to it. Don't watch it. There are news outlets out here, and people that are putting real things out, real footage out, real images out, real stories out, real information that's being sent back by people that are on the ground there. You can read, you can watch, you can see, and you can determine what you feel and what you think on your own. Don't let them decide what you think, because they're feeding you a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of it. So if you haven't seen what I'm speaking about and talking about, go check it out. Like I said, it's hard to watch. The video with the helicopter with the body hanging from it is hard to watch, because you see that and you also know that that's not the half of what they're doing. That's not the half of what they're capable of. There's also video of them going around with them snatching up and grabbing 15-year-old girls by their arms and dragging them out. It's being said that they're making them wed them. They're making these girls marry them. And it's not just young girls, it's boys too. This is the type of shit they're doing. They've taken over everything. They're not allowing people to eat. They're stealing people's children and taking them to wed them, which basically means so they can make them, marry them, rape them, etc. And it's bullshit. So, like I said, something's got to happen here. And if he's not willing to make it happen, something else has to happen. If you haven't seen what I'm talking about, haven't seen the videos, heard the things, seen the things I'm speaking of, go check it out. You can find them. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go do it. Hit the subscribe button, turn your post notification bell on. Like, comment, dislike if you need to. I appreciate everybody for coming through and watching. Stay safe. Stay out the way. And like I said, don't let them determine and feed you a story that is not real. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.